In this video, there was a large mammal flanking me, which I could not identify, and it's Bigfoot season. Hello, America. We are at Meadowdale Raceway in Carpentersville, Illinois, known to be the most feared racetrack in auto racing history with the steepest bank of 45 degrees. Let's see if we can find it. Let's kick it. Here is the unassumable parking lot at Meadowdale International Speedway, which is now a forest preserve. I'm dizzy. I just walked a mile or two. My feet hurt. Let's get into this. Meadowdale International Speedway was built in 1958 and ran till 1968. The track was most famous for a 180-degree turn that took place on a 45-degree bank and then fed into a 3/4 of a mile straightaway. At the time, that 45-degree bank is 10 degrees steeper than Monza at the time and the steepest in the world. Not to mention some of the most drastic elevation changes at any racetrack at the time. Today, we're gonna walk that track. I know what some of you are saying right now. He's not gonna make it a half a mile, maybe a quarter. And please note throughout this video, I worked very hard not to do the fat guy walk. You know, where everything, where the camera keeps flopping from side to side, you get seasick watching. So if we were standing in this exact same spot 65 to 55 years ago today, we'd be standing right here. We're gonna walk the existing parts of this racetrack and trying to identify where the Monza 45-degree wall is, or was. There are almost no people here about lunchtime on a weekday afternoon, and I get flanked by something that's moving a lot of branches at some point in this video. It's important to point out anywhere there is not concrete, there are massive, crazy dirt bike trails. This is a place to go. They're considered, some of them, expert, as you will see. The very first race that took place here on September 14th, 1958, turned out to be somewhat of a disaster. A 22-year-old man from Arkansas driving a Ferrari was blinded by dirt that was flying all over the track, and when he took this turn, his car flipped and he died. Now, track construction began just 100 days before this race, so all of what should have been grass was still dirt, and over 100,000 people who were at the race that day were very discouraged to come back because of an enormous dust storm caused by 25-mile-an-hour winds. The winner of the very first race was Lance Roventlow. Now here's where the story gets a little JFK Jr.-ish. Lance's stepdad was Cary Grant. His mother was the richest woman in America. 22 years old, she inherited the Woolworth department store fortune. Lance died in a very suspicious airplane crash, and his mother's death was also considered quite suspicious. Makes you want to talk to Cary Grant. Over the years, race car drivers such as Mark Donohue, Roger Penske, and rumored Ralph Lee Earnhardt all graced this track with their talents. Also in the inaugural race was a $25,000 race car. That car was custom built and complete one day before the inaugural race. And when that race car hit the 45-degree bank on the 180-degree turn, that $25,000 SR2 flipped. because it only had 2 inches of clearance on the bottom. But the track announcers easily identified that vehicle because its number was the same, upside down or right side up. Now, each feature in this track was named after something or someone beloved to the track designer, such as Len's hairpin, Greg's corkscrew, and Carl's bend, just to name a few. There's something big moving through. That's big. Hey! That was something moving a lot of leaves. Dear God, please do not give me a Bigfoot experience today. That was just a bird. It is Bigfoot season. Those are just birds. I'm trying to hear them being flanked. So the birds were a secondary sound on my right side. I was being flanked on my left side. And I was checking behind me in case it was a large cat. Now, after walking most of this track, or half of this track, 3.2 miles, my best determination is that the Monza wall no longer exists. And it could have been right here, what appears to be a 180-degree turn. Now, I did talk to a few people on the track, and they said they've never even seen it. They've been visiting the track for years. Should have talked to them before. I gave myself giant blisters on the bottom of my feet. You wouldn't believe the blisters I got from these vans. Hello, America. If you can't tell, I just walked. I just did. Hello, America. Today I just went through Meadowdale International Speedway, which is now a very difficult dirt bike track. We're gonna walk it, and we're gonna try and find the steepest turn in motor car history. Let's kick it. America, today we are at Meadowdale International Speedway, which was torn down 3 years after it was built. But it has the steepest turn in motor racing history. And we're gonna try and find it, and the old track. Let's kick it. Take pride in your stack and wear it. Johnson Toe is an American craftsman who could take your favorite coin design and create art that you'd be very proud to wear and something very special to share. JT Coin Rings, handcrafts, handmade jewelry, especially for you.